everyone, and welcome to day 22. I had this problem just a few days ago, whether it was day 19 or day 20. I think it's day 22. If it's day 21, sorry, but I think that it's day 22. I'm pretty sure it's day 22. So, for food for today, I thought I would kind of go out on a limb and try some different stuff. And I think one part is a success and one part not so much. So, there was a recipe for a green apple limeade, which actually uses kind of cool ingredients. It had like collard greens, which I used spinach, a zucchini, a pear, applesauce, lime juice, pumpkin seeds. I think that's it. Water, obviously. Anyway, so blended that all up, and it actually tasted fine. It was pretty good, but it was super thick already. Like, I guess the applesauce maybe made it thick, I'm not sure. And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to drink that once I put the powders in it. I mean, like, not at all. So my husband, I dumped out like a glass worth, because I hadn't put any powders in it yet anyway. And so then I put my husband actually measured out the soy protein for me, and I put the mixture of powders in there. And because I dumped some out, I put some water in it, because obviously it wasn't going to make it any thinner without doing something. And then it like had no flavor at all. So that was completely my fault, not the recipe's fault at all. Before doing it, I wasn't super thrilled with the recipe, but at the same time, I would have drank it, no problem. But now that I've thinned it out a whole bunch, my husband put another tablespoon of lime juice in it for me. It's not awesome at all, but it has all my stuff in it, so I'm gonna drink it. It's probably actually already like a fifth of the way gone, maybe. Anyways, I think that when I get to work, I'm going to put a little bit of the soy creamer in it and see if that tiny little bit of extra added oomph for flavor perks it right up. I think it actually will. Either that or it'll make it worse. One or the other, not real sure. So anyway, so there's that. And then so today I had my husband make it's about a pound, it might be a little bit over a pound, maybe like a pound and a quarter of pinto beans. I've never tried making beans in the Instant Pot before, to be honest with you. It's just super easy to buy them in a can, which I know that's not healthy or whatever, but it is, so we do. So anyways, he made them. He put 1 pound, I think it was like 1.25 pounds, really, to be honest with you. About a pound and a quarter in the Instant Pot. 5 cups of water, which actually was 5 cups of broth, because he used a tablespoon and 2/3 of a tablespoon of the Better Than Bouillon no chicken base in it. And so cooked that for 45 minutes on just regular pressure, and then let it do its own natural release, didn't do an instant release on it. And then he just let it sit there on the counter until I came downstairs tonight to put stuff together. And so I have no idea actually when he cooked them, probably early afternoon, because they were still slightly warm. They weren't hot by any means, but they were still slightly warm. So, okay, so he did that part for me. And then I put together, I kind of was trying to follow a recipe, and then I decided I didn't really like the recipe, so I just did my own thing. So anyway, so I used pinto beans, and then I rinsed a can of tomatoes. So the petite diced tomatoes that are in the tomato juice, I rinsed them off because my husband's not a big fan of the tomato juice part. He doesn't mind the tomatoes in there, but when you put the juice in there, it gets really tomatoey, and he's not a big fan. So I rinsed them off and put them in there. And then I put a very large tablespoon, like the tablespoon was heaping full, of garlic, minced garlic. And I sprinkled it with oregano, dried oregano. Pretty hefty amount of dried oregano, like over the top. I'm not shy when it comes to using spices. So there was that, and I mixed that all together, and then I chopped up 2 of the cubes of pressed tofu and put that in there, and I was like, that's a lot of beans and not very much tofu. So I got, when you buy a very large container of the Butler soy foods, the soy curls, you get bunches of big ones, and then bunches of medium-sized ones, and then a whole bunch of like crumbs in the bottom. So not the actual crumb that's like disintegrated nothingness, but the next size up, which is just tiny little pieces. I put that in, we separate them out obviously, because you can't, I mean, you have to separate them if you wanted to use, you can't use those little tiny pieces if you wanted to simulate like a piece of chicken or something, you know, that's not gonna work. So anyways, so I put that in there, mix that all up, and put a whole bunch of kale in there, like a whole bunch of chopped up kale in there. Mixed it in, set it on saute for a little bit, and then just turned it off and let it sit there until I was ready to go. And it's good. It's very good. I think that I probably needed to add a little bit more water because the soy curls obviously absorbed all of the water that was left in the beans container, which isn't a big deal. But I think that I might have needed to put some more. So I'm fairly confident that the meal that I have has probably about 2 cups of pinto beans, which will be 15 grams of soluble fiber. Woohoo! And probably at least a cup of soy curls / pressed tofu, maybe even more than that, but we're gonna go with a cup. So that's like 14 between the two. So that's pretty cool. In one meal, that takes care of that. I have a really small apple with me as well to eat after that. So that'll have probably 2, maybe 1. I don't know, it's a pretty small apple. Maybe 1 gram of soluble fiber. But yeah, then I also brought my container with, seeing as I didn't put any milk in my green apple limeade smoothie because I thought that might be kind of gross because the lime juice will tends to curdle the milk to make buttermilk. I didn't really want to do that. So I'm sorry the sun is going to come up over into my face in just a second here, but I'm going to keep talking to you guys anyway. So yeah, so I didn't put the soy milk in. Oh man, that's really bright. Okay, hang on a second, I'll be right back. Okay, so seeing I didn't put any soy milk in the green apple limeade, like I said, it would be nasty. I put 2 cups of soy milk in my drink that I'm going to be having this morning, in the morning, and that was like almost full. So I drank some of that so I could have room for the orange juice that I wanted to put in there. So then I put orange juice in there. So it's ready to go. I have my powders with me. The only thing is, and I didn't forget this time, I actively, knowingly did not bring any. I think I probably had about 10 grams of sunflower seeds in my drink. Did I tell you that I put sunflower seeds in it? It called for pumpkin seeds in the green apple limeade. I don't have pumpkin seeds, so I put sunflower seeds in it. So anyways, yeah, so I didn't have, so anyway, I think I have about 10 grams of pumpkins or sunflower seeds in there. So I'm going to have like 40 grams of something when I get home. So I'll probably just have some cashews when I get home, and that'll actually be just fine. But anyways, so I've got, I think, just about everything covered. I'm not gonna get this parking spot very well. No, totally missed this one. Totally missed. So let's try this again. People stare at me when I'm talking to myself. Even though I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to you guys. Wish they knew that. It doesn't really matter whether they know that or not, though. Okay. So anyways, yeah. Beans, an Instant Pot, beans and kale, pinto beans and kale, and an apple. And I've got my drink that I'm going to go put some liquid in, because it's not, it's not horrible, but it's certainly not good. Anywho, that's it. That's it for me for now. I'll catch you guys again in the morning, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye. Alrighty guys, good morning. So it is Monday morning. It's my last day of work for this week, and I have left work early like I'm supposed to, so I'm flexing off, being helpful, supporting the team. Anyway, I have my smoothie with me that I made about right before I left work. I'm gonna drink this on my way home. I'm going to eat 40 grams of cashews when I get home because I'm missing that still, and I'm gonna go to bed. And that is the extent of my plan for this morning. I don't know what I'm going to do after that, but for now, that's it. That's all that's all I'm doing. So there. Alrighty guys, I gotta go, and actually it's not quite done yet, but I'm out of words for the moment. Oh, and now it's done. Alright guys, I hope you have a good one, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.